Do you regret sacrificing your son?
Why would I regret it when I can have two? Come on, gang. I got to get full. I don't want to come back here no more. He died, so I ain't got to die no more. Stop playing with me. Yeah. I ain't coming back when I die this time. That's why I got my mama. He got to figure it out.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, TikTok, you up to bat. Bah. It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we got to do. You got to hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. You are the prize in 2025. You are the prize in 2025. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. We back. The merch just dropped, man. I'm just saying, if you haven't copped the merch, you might want to. It's fire. It's the best design thus far. But we back with another one, man. Look, you make it to the end of this one, you a real one for real. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that. Make sure you put that in the comments too if you make it to the end. Also, share this with the last person you text in your phone, man. For real, man. What's up with my people, man? What's up with the love, man? Don't forget to hit that like button. But we back with another Hollywood corruption type. So bear with us. Also, I got a TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, you can binge watch, but proceed with caution. Let me make sure I say that. And we still trying to get 1,000 comments. I don't care what's going on. We trying to hit 1,000 comments, and I'm hearting everything. But let's go ahead and get into it. Fire Squad, what's popping? Let's get it.
Hendrix story?
No.
So Jimi Hendrix, one of his bodyguards, or one of bodyguards, like someone who was involved with him, wrote a book. And the book was essentially alleging that Jimi Hendrix was killed by his manager, who was a mobster, because Jimi Hendrix was about to leave his manager. And what happens with a lot of these artists is whoever's controlling them might have ownership in their titles, might have ownership in their music. And if you think someone's going to leave and you kill them, like now you have all their music and you essentially can keep selling it forever, especially someone like Hendrix. Like,
wow.
He's actually worth more to you dead
than alive.
Than if he leaves you and you're not making money from him anymore. He's worth more to you dead.
Well, there was that whole thing with Diddy and the Biggie shooting.
Well, also Diddy's exes,
right?
Like his ex, someone who knew his ex, they all died of pneumonia.
Right.
You can give someone, there's certain chemicals, poisons that you can give people, and it results in pneumonia. You know, I don't know if these autopsies even check for that stuff.
Right. Probably not.
I don't know. I mean, what is it? Is it like cyanide? What is it, Jamie? That like, because we did Google this at one point in time. That there are certain poisons that you can give someone and they'll die like they died of pneumonia. And like a bunch of people around him died of pneumonia. That's a weird, I don't know anybody who died
Hollywood
of pneumonia.
will never recover from the last few, like the knowledge that a lot, and listen, there's so many talented people.
Here it is. Lung injury, renal failure, cyanide poisoning may also cause respiratory symptoms of bronchitis, lung edema, and pneumonia. You just give someone cyanide. And didn't one of his bodyguards say that they tried to poison him 3 times? There's like one of his bodyguards came out recently and he was doing some interview and said they tried to poison him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those claims in those interviews, but
yeah,
I don't know if,
who knows what's real?
It's hard to imagine that Hollywood recovers from just the slew of bad and truthful press.
So much shit went down.
So much dark shit.
Also, just how stupid they are.
Right.
Like the Will Smith thing. When they gave him a standing ovation after that, this is so stupid. Like, what,
right.
You guys don't think straight. This is you're thinking nutty.
Whether you want to believe this or not, the truth about what's going on in Hollywood, or like I like to say Hollyweird, is the fact that we going into something new, right? We going into a better time, bro. We going into a better life, a better time frame with better people. There's a lot of people they sold out. You see what I'm saying? To listen to the people above them like puppet masters. But now what it's about positivity, not negativity. It's about community, not celebrity. You know, we don't worship false idols, bro. We can appreciate and be inspired by people, but now we got to make sure, we got to vet them and make sure that they genuine, that they're authentic. You know, make sure that they're not part of that Hollyweird system. A lot of people, bro, they do anything to get famous, anything to get rich, right? They don't got no more God left in them, right? So make sure that you continue to keep your soul in this twisted world, man. But we moving into better times, and that's why Hollywood is coming down.
Do your own research.
A level of fame that is just too dangerous for this psyche.
So if you don't drink the Kool-Aid, you don't drink the gold juice. So I was offered the gold juice 3 times in my 20s, my 30s, and
What's
my 40s.
that? Pee? A lot of golden showers.
The gold juice that I will live forever and I'll have whatever I want. The gold juice. You never offered the gold juice?
No, I'm a scumbag comic. What's the gold juice?
I don't know, but I didn't drink it and I didn't want it. And
is this I
noticed when all the girls, certain girls on Orange changed. Yeah, it's a real thing. It's like a real thing. Like it's all a real thing. And it's scary because they send like people after you and they can like kind of moonlight as like a friend or, you know, and they're wolf in sheep's clothing. And listen, you can have everything you want, all the fame in the world, all the money. I'm like, what if I just drank it? But then you know what I mean? Like, what if and I don't know what it is. If it's a metaphor for the gold juice, like, you feel what I'm saying?
Mostly.
Right. What is she saying?
And
if they're
what is the gold juice other than pee?
The music industry is so dark, and this rabbit hole is deep. Beyonce and Jay-Z met in 1997. Beyonce was 16 years old. Interestingly enough, as you can imagine, Beyonce's age always changed. Jay-Z never stuck to one story. There is evidence going back to 2007 when Jay-Z was doing interviews. He would say she was 18-year-old. He would then say she was 19. But in a Charlie Ross interview in 2007, Jay-Z actually admitted that him and Beyonce were dating in 1997, which would make a 16-year-old. Any interviews that Beyonce did, she told everyone she was 19. Jay-Z then went on to drop a song with Pharrell, basically talking about grooming a 19-year-old. This shit's crazy. Jay-Z was also dating Foxy Brown. At the time, she was 15. He was 23 and he claimed he took her virginity. Jay-Z signed Rihanna. She
Hold on now. This shit is crazy.
was 15. He flew her out to sign contracts. And Rihanna actually did an interview back then, saying that he locked her in an office until 3 a.m. until she signed that paperwork. So we start to see a pattern, right? But then we move over to Aaliyah. A little bit of background here so you understand how this is linked. Aaliyah was signed up to Blackground Records, which was actually owned by her uncle. Also under that label was Mr. R. Kelly. She was then introduced to Mr. Kelly. Mr. Kelly took a shine to her. She was 15-year-old. R. Kelly fell in love with her. So much so that they falsified documents to say she was 18-year-old because he married her. He married a 15-year-old girl. R. Kelly then produced one of her hit records. Age ain't nothing but a number. Which, this creeps me out. He's like lurking in the background looking at her. Aaliyah then started working on a new album with Timbaland and Missy Elliott. Guess what? Timbaland admitted that he'd fallen in love with her. At the time, she was 16, but Jay-Z had also developed feelings for her. And things started to get nasty when he couldn't have her. There then become a really big rivalry between Aaliyah and Beyonce. The album that she constructed with Missy Elliott and Timbaland, she sacked it all off. She reconstructed the whole album and re-released it for herself. That was in 2000. 1 year later, Aaliyah died. She was killed in a plane crash. Plane crash that was carrying her security, and the rest of her team. That plane didn't barely make it off the runway. In fact, it got 200 feet away from the runway before it come plummeting down. Aaliyah was known as the princess of R&B.
Yeah.
People still believe to this day that if Aaliyah was still here, Beyonce wouldn't be as big as she was. And Jay-Z knew that. Because Aaliyah died, and guess what? Beyonce became the queen of R&B. Jay-Z even dropped a song called Glory. And the lyric is, just make sure the plane you're on is bigger than your carry-on baggage. We could carry on digging forever in this. But Jay-Z, P. Diddy, R. Kelly, do we see a pattern? All of these young teenage girls who are groomed, whether or not they're big in the industry now, whether or not they're even still here to tell the tale, the industry is dark, it's sick, and it stems much deeper than this.
Come on, Jay-Z, what the fuck?
I have a theory that when we see these celebrities who get all this plastic surgery to the point where they don't even look the same, it's not actually them. And the reason that I actually believe this to be 100% true with probably a lot more celebrities than we realize is because of Suzanne Collins' latest book, Sunrise on the Reaping. If you guys didn't know, Suzanne Collins has worked in the entertainment industry for a very long time. She used to write for Nickelodeon. Like, she's been in that environment for a long time, like way before she even wrote The Hunger Games. And I feel like she leaves us a lot of clues about what really goes down in the entertainment industry just with her books alone. In Sunrise on the Reaping, there was this character called Luella, and she was supposed to go into the Hunger Games to fight alongside Haymitch and the other tributes. But she ended up dying right before she actually went into the Hunger Games. And so, you know, instead of them being like, oh man, you guys, we lost a tribute, I'm so sorry, what they did is they kidnapped a girl that looked like Luella, literally some random girl from the districts, and they drugged her so that she didn't try to escape. And they gave her a nickname called Lulu because Haymitch and the other tributes knew that that was not Luella. Like, they saw her die. And so they couldn't believe that they just like threw in some random girl that they kidnapped and pretend like the whole time they were pretending like that was Luella when it wasn't. It was literally some random girl that they just took. So I feel like if a celebrity passes away, sometimes they don't even tell us, they just clone them because they want to continue to get money from that celebrity and their name and their fame. And I also think sometimes they might clone these celebrities if they're not doing exactly what they want them to be doing. I think that's like another reason why they might get rid of the actual celebrity that we see and clone them with another, because I think it's strange that so many celebrities just get plastic surgery out of nowhere and never address it. They never make a video about it. They're just look completely different overnight. And I think it's weird that we all just accept that and just say, oh yeah, they just look completely different. And it's like, are we sure like that's actually them?
Do y'all think they out here cloning people, man? Let me know.
Right into it is sacrifice. And I believe we all made sacrifices in life for our children, for our parents, you know, with our time, with our money. I mean, have you made sacrifices in your life?
Of course.
Yes. But today I really want to focus on sacrificing people who sacrifice people for gain. For money, for power, for celebrity status. And I believe that this is a touchy subject for a lot of people because people don't want to acknowledge that this does happen, that people sacrifice people for money and fame. And people are scared to. You know, I think it's time for people to talk about things that, you know, you don't want to talk about, but that's really happening. We have to face it today. Sure. So yeah, let's get right into it, okay? Absolutely. So it's the year 1996. I am dating Aaron Hall. I am 17 years old and pregnant at the time, I know. We're actually in LA and he was going to sign with Death Row Records. We were invited to a Mother's Day event, 1996, and all of Death Row family and friends were supposed to join. So Aaron said he had to go to a meeting. That's why he couldn't, you know, take me to get my hair and nails done. And it was an important meeting and he couldn't miss it. So Pac's gonna hold me down. And then we met up with Aaron after I got my nails and, you know, hair done. We went to the hotel and Aaron's extra, you know, stressed and pacing back and forth, and him and Pac start talking. So he's extra mean, extra, just everything. And I felt like there was something going on. It's more than just business. So to let you know, allegedly, when he was, you know, going to this meeting, he's kind of pleading for my life. You know, some of these people, to be down with the cause, you got to sacrifice people, was insane to me. And allegedly, they told him, you know, there come a dime a dozen of her. You know, she could be replaced. I don't care if she's pregnant. You can get a pretty young thing and it's no big deal. So allegedly, he said, no, I'll be damned. I'm not going to do that. I love her. So they went back and forth, and allegedly it was said, it's going to happen if you like it or not. So he buys me a white dress to go to the event. So I say this before we go into the venue. When he was pleading for my life, and telling that, you know, he doesn't want nothing happening to me, he's still taking me to the venue. You know, I went over this over and over in my head. Why would he take me? Why would he put a white dress on me? It's like, you know, dressing the lamb and giving her to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? We walk into the back of the venue. You know, I'm still have no idea. I'm oblivious of what's going on or what's going to happen or what they tend to do. This female, like, runs towards Aaron, and then he walks her halfway, grabs her, and they start talking, and they're in each other's face. So a 17-year-old's mind, you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm right? She's approaching, she's screaming, so I'm thinking, oh, I'm here, I'm pregnant. Right. You know, so the mood changed. People started moving towards Aaron and I, men. And then I said, ooh, it felt eerie. I said, something's different. It's not, you know, I'm your man. Hard, you feel something wrong. And then, so I shut up quick. I like was looking at the room and seeing, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck's really going on. Because I see the fear now in Aaron's face. Within the commotion and people started moving towards, you see the dudes, Pac runs. He runs towards Aaron, grabs the girl, and says, nobody can touch her. Points to me. And he goes, she's family, she's Aaron's wifey. So Pac comes in and comes up to us and be like, you know, you guys are good. And looks at Aaron and says, don't stay long. Like dead up like that, don't stay long. Not knowing at that point he was my angel. He saved my life. Pac saved my life.
Wow.
And I'm grateful that he saved my life. And we said goodbye. And before we said goodbye and left, one of the demons came up to me and said, you're blessed. I mean, I was looking a demon in the eyes. You know, he was telling me that you almost got, and I felt it in my soul. You know, the setup allegedly was to make it look like a gang thing. You know, beat her up, you know, and leave me on the side of the road. So that's what allegedly they were supposed to do.
What was her purpose? The female.
To drag me out, to start it off. Remember, it's all about a look. So it's got to look like gang-related, grabbing up another girl, dragging her out of the venue, and then...
Wow.
I believe you reach a certain level in Hollywood, and then there's just like the demons, like the Illuminati, the whole people come after you. Do you believe that too, or have you witnessed something like that happening in this industry at all?
Well, I believe that in the supernatural realm of spiritual warfare, there are people that pick sides. You know, there are people, you know, clearly call it Illuminati, call whatever you want, but there is the spirit of this world, and the Lord of this world is Satan, according to what I believe. So with that in mind, you can do a deal with him to have all the pleasures of this world, you know, because that way you're lifting him up and all that good stuff. But yeah, so I believe that some of that is relevant and prevalent.
There is this conspiracy theory going around TikTok where multiple celebs have won an award. Instead of accepting the award, they either dedicate their award to Beyonce or they talk about how amazing Beyonce is. Adele won a Grammy, and during her Grammy speech, she literally broke off a piece of her Grammy to give to Beyonce. Then there was Lizzo. She basically broke down crying about how amazing Beyonce was. Then Britney Spears was up there with Lady Gaga. While she was accepting the award, she basically just goes on this whole diatribe about how amazing Beyonce is. And then Lady Gaga comes in and says, I've had the privilege of being around her gift and knowing what an incredible artist and kind woman she is. Beyonce is a beautiful soul. There is nobody like her. And the conspiracy theory of this situation is that Kanye went on stage and said that about Beyonce to save Taylor. All these people are going up and accepting their awards and thanking Beyonce to like save themselves because Taylor was kind of aloof and not part of the club. He was allegedly saving her.
What? I don't know about that one.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. Do you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? To act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. But I'm not scared of being the competition. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't. All of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my in front of all my people at my agency. I told him no, what y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian, but in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I'm not taking the shortcuts. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about.
Talk your shit.
My sister sent me this clip that's going around on TikTok. And one of the things that people think is that hip hop is homophobic, right? But here you have this guy sitting down explaining to a hip hop journalist that actually the reality is that hip hop has always had an explicitly LGBTQ, if you want to call it, agenda. Take a listen to this.
the industry grooms them to be open to it. Like if we go back to the Big Papa video, right? Why was there, you remember the scene in the bathroom? Why was there a transgender pissing in the bathroom with the, and the guy? You don't
Standing
remember?
up, right?
Yeah. Go to the scene when Buster's talking to her at the bar and Big walk up and moved in, and then, or when she say true, stop it right there and look at the knot in her throat.
Not the knot in her throat. Talking about this young lady?
Her name is Shamika. She was from Queens and she got killed because she was was dating her, didn't know it was a man, and went to have sex with her and found out she was a man, and she's dead, and he's in jail. What I believe is that the Tupac Biggie got so gangster and so big that the agenda that they was about to push on us, that they later pushed on us, it just got pushed back. They was getting ready to groom us right there. They was grooming us. We got a transgender in the Big Papa video, in the bathroom, and the lead woman. Not only in Big Papa and Warning, she's in the bed with Biggie, and then in the Flavor in Your Ear remix, she's dancing behind LL.
Right.
And Hype Williams is the director, and she's the lead in all three of those videos, and he's the director of all three of those videos. And it's rumored that that was his chick.
That is a major clue right there. So I wanted you guys to hear that because it does seem like the industry is having a reckoning and people are realizing that this really hasn't been about just creating music. Hollywood is not just creating music for your entertainment. They are giving out frequencies and they are modifying your behavior based on the frequencies that they are giving out. And so it's important to know what it is that you're listening to.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
Let's talk about Beyonce. Here we see her doing the one-eye symbolism as well as wearing a dress that looks like horns. Here we see another example of the same one-eye symbolism. Here we see another example of the one-eyed symbolism, but also a monarch butterfly over her eye. If you know, you know. Aside from all the obvious symbolism, Beyonce, like many other celebrities, has an alter ego that she channels, similar to Roman for Nicki Minaj. Roll the clip.
Ready to go on stage and perform. Does Sasha Fierce, when does she show up? Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the moment right before when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over for you. Then Sasha Fierce appears and my posture and the way I speak and everything is different.
She has done multiple interviews over the years regarding this alter ego she named Sasha Fierce. In almost every single interview, she talks about drastic changes that occur when this alter ego enters her. These changes occur in posture, as well as her being able to sing notes she wouldn't normally be able to, or hit a dance move she never could. Next, I'm going to play a short clip of her Super Bowl performance from years and years ago, where she's begging people for energy. Roll it. And we still don't realize that concerts are less about the music and more about the energy. Last, I have a short clip from her Cowboy Carter tour, which confirms it all, in my opinion.
Uh-oh.
Roll it.
Whoa.
And I want you guys to keep in mind, this is the literal tip of the iceberg when it comes to Beyonce, etc. Wake up, guys.
Y'all was going to that Cowboy Carter concert too.
Hollywood is falling, and this is what you need to be concerned about. We are about to see a huge shift in Hollywood, and a lot of your favorite celebrities are about to be in one of three categories. The first category, which is going to be tried the most extreme in court, are going to be the celebrities that participated in the things that Diddy is doing. So far, we are fairly certain Will Smith has been involved. We are fairly certain that Kanye has been involved. Fairly certain that Jay-Z has been involved. Fairly certain that Usher has been involved. These are all alleged, but I am just saying to you, this is what I am gathering from this situation. This second category is going to be what celebrities knew that these situations were taking place, knew that these illegal acts were being taken place, and not saying a word. Whether they were given hush money, whether they were coerced into not saying anything, whether they were threatened, regardless, that is going to go into the second category, and these celebrities are going to be tried too. Categories 1 and 2, careers are likely going to be tanked, if they're not already in prison. Next, we're going to see this third category, and that is going to be the celebrities that are victims to these situations. I am hoping that through all of this and through the rubble, this third category are going to be the ones to rebuild Hollywood and create a newer, safer environment. We saw what Justin Bieber was trying to do with Billie Eilish, and I'm hoping that that is kind of the new area for this situation. Let's talk about Rosie O'Donnell's video, because I think this is an entirely different, separate category of celebrities that have somehow managed to bypass the situation entirely. If you haven't seen Rosie's video, she essentially talks about there was a point in time where she was Diddy's neighbor, and her daughter went out and was in the front yard, happened to cross P. Diddy, they got talking, and P. Diddy asked her to invite the entire family to his Christmas Eve party. Rosie O'Donnell did not know that it was an all-white party, so she and her family showed up wearing sweats, and they were promptly asked to leave, saying, "You're supposed to be wearing all white, you're not allowed to be here." And because of that, they left. Reminiscing on it now, Diddy was likely trying to get to her daughter, which is a very, very scary thing to think about. So I think that a lot of news is going to come out over these next few days about which celebrities fall into which category, but I think the thing that concerns me the most, I don't know very much about politics, right, when it comes to the economic side of things. I don't know how the rich impact the U.S. government when it comes to the money that flows in, the economy, taxes, you name it. Richest people in the country make up 30% of the United States bottom line. They make up almost $50 trillion out of the U.S. economy. And there's only a handful of people who have this kind of money. So when one by one, they just start getting plucked off, I want to know what's going to happen to the economy when these people start to fall off. Because obviously, the right thing to do, the moral thing to do, is to try them as they are. But I'm really, really hoping that their money doesn't get them out of this, because it got Diddy out of this for far too long.
Money definitely help people get out of stuff.
In your DNA, it becomes a part of you. There is a spiritual aspect to all of this that people aren't recognizing. You know, there's a reason why everyone's wearing so much red these days. There's a reason why all of these checkered themes are coming. These are all Masonic totems and emblems.
If you don't want to engrave your skin, is there anything else that you can do to your body that shows that you're part of this?
Hurt it. Or give it up to be hurt. You know, a lot of people that end up at these wild parties and in these wild ceremonies, because see, everyone's thinking freak off, freak off, freak off. But what you're not thinking is ritualistic human sacrifice.
Right.
Whether or not you're offering up your sexuality or offering up your life force. It's energy, it's transfer. So for Whitney Houston to be unalived in that hotel room, and for him to wait to start the party right as her spirit was completely leaving her.
Wow.
Whoa, I don't know shit about that story.
He was a YouTube talent. Him and his buddy were both high-level YouTube talents on the up and up, and they got recruited in LA where they lived by a sort of like a Freemason recruiter guy who invited them to a special party that he gave them a letter and said, like, "You've been noticed. Our enterprise is interested in acquiring your talents. Come to this party at this time, da-da-da-da." And he talked to some of his other creator friends, and they were like super hyped. They're like, "Dude, if you get invited to that party, like everyone who goes to that party, their career takes off. Like, you're so lucky, you gotta go." So he's about to go, and he talks to one other creator guy who like goes white, pale in the face when he shows him the letter, and he's like, "Dude, under no circumstances ever attend that party. Do you understand me? Do not go to this party." So he starts to get nervous, and he tells his friend, like, "I don't know, man, I had one of my other YouTube creator friends told me not to go to this party, and he got like ghost white. I don't know if I feel good about this." And his friend's like, "Oh, stop being a wuss. Let's go. Like, let's figure it out ourselves." So they go to this party. They're all given these huge gold masks to put over their face. And he said, "There's celebrities everywhere. There's people I recognize, other influencers, pretty high level influencers are there." And guy gets up and he's like, "All right, party is starting. Here's how it's going to work. You're going to go from room to room. You're going to participate in certain events. It's going to be great. And at the end, we're going to give you an opportunity to promote your career through our enterprise. So he said the descent begins at midnight."
Descent.
Oh, God.
The Descent, huh? So basically, to make a long story short, he goes into rooms one by one that are representations of the 7 deadly sins. So the first room he goes into, I think, is like the room of like lust, and it's all these scantily clad women walking around and putting their hands all over you and like inviting you into these little rooms with curtains that you can cover up to do whatever you want to do. And he notices all these other people going right in and getting to work, you know, having orgies and stuff. And he's like super weirded out by it. And I think each room, you know, you're in there for like an hour or more. So there's like plenty of time to sin.
7 hours.
Yeah. So he's like, I started walking laps around the room to just keep myself moving. Because if I stayed still for too long, women would come over and stuff. And then the bell rings, we go into the next room, and it's the room of gluttony, and there's people in there with like caviar and all this expensive food, and they're just shoving it in their face, like grabbing
crazy.
huge piles of really expensive food and just eating it like it's potato chips, right? And so he tries to abstain from eating the food, and this guy comes up to him and says, hey man, I encourage you to participate in the festivities because a slow drip is better than a flood, and then walks.
What?
Hello everybody, welcome to Exposing Hollywood. Did you know that Kanye West literally confirmed that his mother was sacrificed by the Hollywood elite? Take a look at this video of Kanye stating that his mother's death was a sacrifice carried out by the elite to monetize and traumatize. Kanye also mentions the father of Michael Jordan, the son of Bill Cosby, and the son of Dr. Dre all died in the same fashion. Celebrities who hail from the profane masses need to pledge full allegiance to the Illuminati in order to enjoy the fame and fortune provided by their system. Kanye's mother, Donda, died shortly after a botched plastic surgery procedure in Los Angeles. Shortly after this traumatic loss, Ye's career reached new vertiginous heights, and his relationship with Kim Kardashian made him a household name across the world. Over the years, we have seen Kanye hasn't taken it well and has shown his remorse and guilt over sacrificing his mother. He has tried to break out of the elite's control, most recently after purposely breaching his agreement with Adidas. By sacrificing his mother, the Hollywood elite cut Ye's all-important link to the real world while traumatizing him in the worst way possible. He was introduced in Hollywood's sick and twisted bubble, completely unattached, allowing his handlers to have full control over him. Kanye West sold out Soldier Field in Chicago for the Donda listening party without a notice. He set himself on fire during the show, and many seen it as a ritualistic performance.
Man, Kanye, boy, pray for that dude.
I'm really struggling to word this, but I think Hollywood created the narrative that child stars can't handle the fame and money, and that's why they later go on to be mentally ill and drug addicted. I think they made that narrative so that we, wouldn't believe anything they say. Because when they said, like, Amanda Bynes is going off the rails, don't believe anything she says, she literally tweeted, she was like, hey, I had to abort my boss's baby, and my dad assaulted me. And we were like, oh, you're just going through something. You're just a little bit crazy right now. You couldn't handle the fame, and you had no control and fell into drugs because you had too much money too early. So we just didn't believe anything she said. And that narrative gives them the option to financially exploit these kids, because then we can have what happened with Britney Spears, where they're like, oh, you're so mentally unwell and you're spending it all on drugs. We need to give all your money to your parents. And so they abuse these kids, make them so mentally fucked that they start exhibiting symptoms of that abuse. And then they're like, wow, you couldn't handle the fame. Let me take all your money, bitch. Huh? Because I believed that. I believed that child stars were just given too much money and too much fame too early and that they couldn't handle it. But no, they are victims of abuse, and they are behaving like victims of abuse behave.
Right.
And Hollywood has managed to push this narrative so hard that we have just believed no victims for years, because they're just mentally unwell child stars who couldn't handle it. Am I crazy? But I feel like they have to have done that very purposefully.
I completely agree with you.
What was Justin trying to tell us? Hashtag yummy.
Here's what I want to ask. Yummy. What does that mean exactly?
My sex life.
Okay. That's what I thought it was.
My sex life. My sex life. My sex life.
Do you know who Monica Lewinsky is? Listen to this poem that she wrote John F. Kennedy Jr. when she was 9.
And I know I'm going to rot in hell eternally for this, but the poem is a poignant rumination on how, quote, I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast if you're weird. She goes on to describe herself, quote, as a round and flat piece of dough with lots of topping. I am a mouth's best friend. I make you say yum yum, yum yum.
Could that be the origins to the pizza talk?
They'll name 3 names for your lady parts.
Mini Moo, a JJ, and a pizza.
Pizza.
Because I have this crazy idea that I will order pizza.
Pizza.
And so if I do, I don't want it to go to waste. Who will eat pizza if I... Jennifer, yes? Pizza's here. Cheese, that's a cheese. Yeah. Where's Harvey Weinstein? Harvey.
Whoa. Whoa.
Eat babies. That is not bullshit. It's true.
So it's not just the dogs and the cats, not just the pets.
It's not just the dogs and the cats. They're full-on vampires. And everybody still thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy. They're full-on vampires. They love the taste of human flesh and they drink human blood. They do, Tucker. Stop staring at me like that.
You're freaking me out, man. Because you spent your life in the entertainment business, so I think you have some authority on this.
So many kids that I was in mental institutions with over the years, they are all from those cults. And they've covered it all up. They covered it all up. And, you know, I just pray to God. I'm just going to pray to God that he opens everybody's eyes in this country. By the time we go in to vote for Trump, that he will open up everybody's eyes and they will stop pretending to be asleep. You know what they say, you can't wake people up that are pretending to be asleep, but I pray to God, please wake up even those who are pretending to be asleep with the irrefutable truth of what the worst people on this planet are really up to. They are really up to that. You know
Eating babies. Come on, man. What the
from you, and that money slow down, and you're not on tour no more, and you can't pop 6 million perks a day to black out from all the weird shit you did in your life, and you gotta sit with all that weird shit you did in your room, the niggas be going crazy. Like, damn, I really was gay. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, these niggas, think about it though, bro. It's not, like, no disrespect, bro, but it's in this game that's sucking to get on. And then they gone in 3 months. But you sucked 100, bro.
But and the deal is that's not who they are though. Like they didn't come in like that. They got like that.
You didn't come in the game like that though.
Yeah.
You was an official street nigga. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wrote you 1 check, you sucked 100. But you was lit. You was lit though. Now you can't never do nothing else because they got that over your head.
Let me ask you something.
We got you on video sucking 100. How can you ever say anything about us? Like, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now these got to play the game the way they want them to play the game, opposed to the way that they wanted to play the game. Now it's like, damn, now these might.
I did an interview with Ali Vegas. There's almost at 4 million views, and we was talking about some of the rituals that we seen dudes do.
Don't give up your man.
Okay, let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, and, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these. Some of you, I think many of you know it. And it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen, and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes.
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
They laughing.
That's what it is.
They laughing.
Who comes up with this?
I don't think. It's not like I'm lying there with little pieces all over my face. It's like.
Who thinks of collecting it and having it for, we'll do something with this someday.
And why didn't we come up with that?
Right. It'd be rich.
And so we call it, I call it the penis facial. And I think when you see how good it is to your face, you too will run to your local facialist and say, give me the penis. It's going to happen. Give me The penis.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say.
I'm never going to say that.
Hell no.
That's never going to come out of my mouth.
How about you just maybe make it smaller?
No, I don't even understand why that is a thing that you'd put that into your skin. Why do you want that? You know what's going to happen? Penises are going to start growing out of. You're going to have little tiny
penises.
Like that's what karma is going to do. You're going to have tiny baby Korean.
I'm here going.
Korean.
Let it not be a whisker or a peen. Let it. All right, yeah, I'm good here. Okay, we're all good. No, well, so be it.
Weird.
I would imagine you believe that children are being abused by in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
So why are you sitting down talking to me? Why aren't you sitting down with the police right now?
I've told the police. In fact, if anybody wants to go back to 1993 when I was interviewed by the Santa Barbara Police Department, I sat there and I gave them the names. They're on record. They have all of this information, but they were scanning Michael Jackson. All they cared about was trying to find something on Michael Jackson.
Who you said, by the way, did not abuse you.
Who Michael was innocent, and that was what the interview was about with the police in 1993. I told them he is not that guy, and they said, well, maybe you just don't understand your friend. And I said, no, I know the difference between and somebody who's not a because I've been molested. Here's the names. Go investigate. And let me push this forward. There are thousands of people in Hollywood who have this same information. Why is it all on me? Why is it if I don't release the names in the next 2 months, 6 months, or a year, I'm the bad guy? I'm the victim here. I'm the one who's been abused. I'm the one who's trying to come forward and do something about it.
But
hold on, please. I'm sorry. There are thousands of people out there, Matt, who have this information. Any one of those child actors that went to the teenage soda pop clubs with me when I was a kid know who those people are and the people who ran it. Anybody can go back through history and look at the teen magazines and say, what was the name of that venue they were all promoting and who ran that venue and who endorsed it?
I'm telling y'all, they always tell you straight to your face. They don't even hide it anymore.
Sacrifice loved ones. You have to sacrifice loved ones for a long period of time if you want to be great. It is very unfortunate, and you feel it at times. You know the saying: if it's too hot, get there. Sometimes you just gotta get out of the kitchen because it gets hot. But you have to have a discipline. To sometimes you have to sacrifice loved ones in order to be great. And for me, I was 18 when I came into the league. So I got my best friends from high school that's now in college. I got one that's at Ohio State, and they're calling me, telling me, "Hey, bro, you gotta come down to these parties." And I couldn't do it. I look back on it now. I wish I would have done a few of them. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I wish I did.
We all know LeBron James is a part of the club, and they always tell you in their jokes, they're jokes. He's been in for a while.
I don't know, man.
On today's episode, we got Jennifer Hudson. And shout out to the Sacrifice YouTube channel. That's the content you will be seeing. Every time it's somebody close to them that disappears. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not.
Grew up in Chicago. She was a finalist on the Fox series American Idol. She went on to star in and win an Oscar for the movie musical Dreamgirls, and more recently had a role in the Sex and the City movie.
Just couldn't hold back the tears. A mayoral proclamation naming this Julian King Day in Chicago. Julian would have been 11 years old today, but in 2008 he was murdered, along with Jennifer Hudson's mother and brother. William Balfour, ex-husband of Jennifer's sister, was convicted of triple homicide. Jennifer and Julia Hudson were there for every moment of the 13-day trial.
Jeez.
And today, the superstar entertainer spoke to me about the trial for the first time.
So we have like a new beginning, and it's beautiful. We're still blessed, and I mean we've had our loss, but we're finding our way.
So we have like a new beginning, and it's beautiful.
Whole family.
We're still. By no means did my son do this. By no means did my son do this. We are being victims of something. They don't even know what the real truth of what's going on with this story. Being victims of something. They don't even know what the real truth of what's going on. No, he has never had a gun. No, he has never been bodily harm to no one. No, he has never been
the type of kid that you can say was a violent type.
Ooh.
So how did you join the Illuminati?
I guess you don't listen, gang. You don't. I joined the Illuminati when I wrote Country Grammar. I was in. I got all the way in when I sacrificed my son. See, I don't know. Illuminati is just like knowing. Like, you don't even know where you at right now. Right? I asked you something, and you won't even be able to tell me the real answer. I said, your mama, like, you don't know. Is that phone in your hand solid?
Sure.
Nah, it's an atom. It's in your mind. See, you sleep right now. You don't even know. See, I know. And I can control the sleep. I can control the dream. You just sleep. That's what I'm mama. Yeah, the phone the atom. You don't know what an atom is.
I know what an atom is.
All right, that's what I'm mama. Yeah.
Do you regret sacrificing your son?
Why would I regret it when I can have two? Come on, gang. I got to get full. I don't want to come back here no more. He died, so I ain't got to die no more. Stop playing with me. Yeah. I ain't coming back when I die this time. That's why I got my mama. He got to figure it out.
When you see Nelly...
What?
Nobody ever talks about the dark energy of Los Angeles. And if you're from here, you're exempt. You grew up here, it's a different situation. But if you're not from here and you've moved here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's cool at first. Mansion parties, palm trees, celebrities everywhere, Lamborghini Uruses driving around all the time. First, you're like, yo, this is lit. But when you're done with all that, you done seen every celebrity, you went to every mansion party, you done seen every car. You just kind of want to settle down and chill. That's when it starts getting real dark, because I've been here 5-6 years. I'm from the DMV. And at no place ever have I felt like I've been home here. Like, it's a nice place to live. I love it, but I don't feel like I'm at home. I always have that feeling in the back of my head that I'm not doing enough. I don't got the nicest car. I don't have the nicest house. I'm not making the most money. And you can never fight the feeling, because you go outside, you see some 18-year-old driving some brand new Porsche G2 RS, and you're like, what am I doing wrong with my life? And I done seen it happen to too many people. I see people from other places move here and become a completely different person, because society tells you in Los Angeles, you got to be that perfect person. You got to make the most money in the world. And if you're not, you're behind. I always feel like I'm behind here, no matter how much money I make. And I don't like the way it makes me feel. And that's not everybody's experience. I understand it. But for me, I'm like, Los Angeles is the type of place where you come, you finesse, you get the money, you get everything together, and you get out before it consumes you. Because if you stay too long, it'll get you.
Be careful out there, for sure.
3 disturbing secrets of old Hollywood. Abortion was used as birth control. Judy Garland was forced to have an abortion shortly after her first marriage so she could continue working. A pregnancy, especially out of wedlock, could derail an actress's career, so they were often forced and without anesthetic.
Whoa.
Marlene Dietrich even said, abortion is our birth control. And they were actually a lot more common in the 20s and 30s than you'd think. Studios had an insane amount of power. Nowadays, an actor can do multiple movies with multiple studios, but in the golden age of Hollywood, the studio often owned you and you couldn't accept roles that went against the studio that you were under. It's common knowledge that child stars are traumatized, but back then, child actors were given corporal punishment if they kept ruining takes. Shirley Temple recalled getting in trouble and being taken to a black box. This was a dark box with no light where you had to sit on a block of ice until you learned your lesson that time is money. The Wizard of Oz director Victor Fleming even slapped Judy Garland across the face because she kept breaking character.
Whoa.
He felt awful about this and after asked somebody to slap him in the face to make up for it, which doesn't excuse it, but I'm sure that happened plenty of times with other directors on other movies where nobody was held accountable. If you have any other disturbing Hollywood secrets, let me know in the comments, and follow my Instagram and YouTube so we can stay connected in case this app gets deleted.
This Hollywood stuff, bro, is off the chain crazy.
Let's be clear. When you see this, 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 when you see the checkerboards on the floor, when you see the skull and bones, when you see the signs and symbolism, when you slow down the music, Jay-Z new video with Nas and DJ Khaled, it's a scene where it's checkerboards. These are all occult, Satanist, symbolic symbols. So what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna tell you why and me personally, I've been in music for a minute, had deals and all that, bro. I don't give a fuck about this shit. But what I know, for me, I study so I know when I see it, so I know what to avoid. Because niggas could be trying to sacrifice your ass and you're not studying. God told us to read and be knowledgeable. So when I see Jay-Z go, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? You're not no gang member. You got checkerboard floors in your shit. You got skull and bones. What does this mean? Because it's not just there. You look at Cardi B's album cover, it's checkerboard. You look at Dream Doll, now she's the checkerboard too. Like, I'm not, y'all niggas, let me tell you something. These motherfuckers sell their soul, they practice witchcraft.
What does it mean though?
What it means, what it means.
What does the checkerboard mean?
It means mind control. So you got classical conditioning, you got operational conditioning. So what they do is they use programming. So
MK Ultra?
Yeah, but it's
proof that Justin Bieber has been trying to tell us something for a very long time. First off, the relationship with Justin and Diddy has been well documented. I don't really have to go into that. To the point that there are videos online of Justin looking extremely inebriated without his shirt on, wearing a bad boy coat, and everybody around him mocking him and saying he's a bad boy. Not to mention that Justin Bieber came up under Usher, who also went to Diddy camp when he was 13 years old. The former bodyguard of Diddy, Gene Deal, has spoken on multiple occasions of Usher at 13 years old being rushed to the hospital for a certain injury that would only happen if there's some weird stuff going on. But Justin Bieber was really trying to tell us something when he dropped Yummy. This is about as disturbing as it gets. The campaign for Yummy consisted of Justin Bieber posting little babies, pictures of them, all on his Instagram page with the hashtag Yummy. The music video was more of the same. We see a giant party and Justin Bieber also at that same table, and it is highly implied that the people there, including Justin, are partaking in some very odd things with children. But recently, in the midst of the entire trial, Justin Bieber posted this video to his Instagram, which I found particularly disturbing. And this isn't even mentioning the roast of Justin Bieber about 10 years ago, which I believe to be a full-on humiliation ritual. Roll the clip. Notice at the end of that clip, Kevin Hart goes, "Go ahead, stand up, show us. I've seen it, I've seen it." Kevin Hart's relationship with this man has also been well documented, and it's known that he was at many of the parties. Justin Bieber has been trying to tell us something for a very long time.
All right, guys, that was another TikTok compilation, man. Very weird, disturbing type conspiracies in this video, man. If you made it this far, you a real one for real. Don't forget to put that in the comments, man. We trying to get 1,000 comments on this video. You already know what's up. This stuff is crazy. This stuff is crazy. I don't care how many of these videos I do. It's still crazy to hear some of these stories about what be going on allegedly. Do your own research. But if you into this stuff, man, I got a shitload of videos that you can watch, man. But just proceed with caution. Until next time, self-love and positivity. Fire Squad, I got you when you know it.